Hey guys, Tofuru here, and welcome back to another episode of Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. And in the last one, we finally got Sigma's End, so that's great to know. And now, we also got a username, as well as the other bomb password. So we gotta figure out what we're gonna do from here. I've come up with two ideas right now, which is one to check these out, since they're short, because this is the bomb path. But I don't know if it's going to lead to something a lot larger than I anticipated. So I am completely okay with just knocking this one out. 5 minutes of life. Can we save them? What can we fucking do in this situation? What? Yeah.
Sigma's BP is...
negative.
Wait, what? I have 5 seconds of life? Suddenly, oh shit, wait, this is after I got hurt. What the fuck? I forgot this happened. I got negative. Suddenly, all eyes are on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I'd expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. Ooh, oh yeah, it goes right in. But couldn't we just cut off my arms? I mean, whatever the point is. There's a sharp, quick pain in my wrist. Barely even noticeable. Oh, wait. This should be in the path where someone has the cure to save me, and I'll have negative BP, but I won't die. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked, and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed full of cotton. My legs began to wobble, and then gave out entirely as I crumbled to the floor. Well, that's not good. Yeah, but if we remember the gun, that thing that Clover told us when everybody killed themselves, we might be able to survive this.
Sigma, hang on. Hey, Sigma, get up.
At least everyone's worried.
Oh no, oh no.
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out the blur that had to be Dio of the number 9 door. You mean at. Damn it. You'll keep your promise, goddammit. I groaned with a Herculean effort, lifted my head, and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead. A single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last. The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it?
Yeah, he has it.
Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I had been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably, Excelavir. It wasn't the real thing. Or it was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right, of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma, are you okay?
I don't think I'm okay, Phi.
Sigma!
It's getting real blurry.
Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the sober reel, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later.
Oh yeah, we
Tofuru
do
remains
have
injected,
the time,
and your
I
respiratory
guess.
muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
So what? We have like 4 minutes to get the 5 minutes to get the cure, or the counter drug. 9 minutes. Once the Sopro was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up to the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. Well, you're freaking positive. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Are we gonna just remember this eventually? Oh,
Sigma.
wait, you go to the thought that you're a robot? Oh my god, to like amputate his wrist?
There's something white on it.
That's interesting that he goes to that thought and not the medicine that could save his literal life, but okay, sure.
The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. Your arms are cybernetic.
What the hell was that? I have cybernetic arms? It was both shocking and utterly obvious. Of course my arms were artificial. Titanium alloy bones with an ABT exterior to mimic the human skin. But I had no idea why. Nor did I know when my human arms, which I distinctly remembered having, had been replaced. And that flash of Luna I'd seen, I was certain it never happened. Those things hardly mattered, though. If I survived, I could worry about them later. The fact that my arms were mechanical, however, that might be useful. What are you gonna do, run to the infirmary? I called up all the strength I had left and stood up one more time. Oh, I guess, like, what are you waiting for? Why don't you open it already?
What?
Did I stutter? Open the number 9 door.
Sigma, what are you saying?
Looks like you finally gave up. Whatever. I was just about to flip the switch anyway.
Then hurry up and...
Hey, don't rush me. Okay, you've got 9 BP now, right?
Yes?
Well, what do you say? Wanna come with?
Oh shit, you offered to someone else?
I will remain here.
Wow, that's actually unique that he'd stay here.
Why?
I cannot abandon Sigma.
Oh, don't worry about me. Go. You have to get outside and call for help.
But
Do you think Dio will? If he's the only one who gets out of here, there's no hope for the rest of us. You're the only one we can count on.
I understand.
Great. Glad we got that settled.
Yeah, because the first thing Dio's doing when he gets out is telling the folks back home that he succeeded. That's
Shall we
it.
go?
No! Stop!
Phi began to move, but it was already too late. Dio grabbed the lever and threw it down. Don't tell me I'm gonna put my arm right into the goddamn door and let it get destroyed. That would be like a very disgusting way to rip out your freaking hand. I mean, there's easier ways to do it, but I guess this is fast.
The number 9 door has been opened.
Alright, so it's what, like 90
It
seconds?
will remain open
9 seconds, right?
for 9
Yeah, 9 seconds. So they can get out, and then it's gonna close, and that's when I put my arm in the door.
It's been fun. Peace.
I promise to call for help and return as soon as I can.
Good, Kay. That's honestly all we can ask for, so do that, man.
Please, do not give up hope.
No, we're not gonna give up hope, man. Don't worry. I mean, I don't know when the hell you'll come back, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, I know. Just get going already. But just you, Kay.
Huh?
As Dio turned to look at me, I crouched. And then calling on every last bit of strength my weary body could supply, I launched myself toward him like a coiled spring. Wait, I held him down? That's so cool. I slammed into his legs, knocking him to the floor and wrapping my hands around his ankle before he could get back up.
Hey! What are you doing, you bastard? The door's gonna close! Let go! Let go, goddammit!
Oh, wow, so I tackle him down and I'm holding him. Wow, that's crazy.
Let go!
He lashed out with his free leg at my head, shoulders, and arms, but I held on. I ignored the pain, tightened my grip with every blow.
Hey! What the hell is this shit? Why are you doing this? I kept my promise, didn't I?
Yeah, so did I. Far as I recall, it didn't say anything about letting you escape.
What?
It's so true, though.
Shit! Stop screwing around, asshole!
You didn't realize that?
I have to get out of here. I'm not going to let my sacred mission get fucked up by some self-righteous idiot.
Dio began to pull himself along with his elbows, bit by bit, edging closer to the exit. He was headed straight through the door. But the gate was already beginning to close. With only a few feet to spare before it shut, he crawled across the threshold and beyond the door.
Sigma, stop! That's enough! Please, you have to let go!
The door's going to shut on you if you don't let go.
Ooh, this is gonna get weird. Alright. See you later, Dio. Oh, wow. Like a clever fucking fox. He let him drag him the rest of the way.
You're an idiot right up until the end, aren't you? Just hurry up and die, you senile old fuck!
No. I'm going to live. Oh! Oh, that's a disturbing noise to hear. But that's clever.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game.
That's a freaking crazy way to end it.
Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
All right, good. So now we just wait.
Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
The announcer's voice grated at the inside of my skull. I felt tired, so very tired. I felt my eyes flutter closed. And then nothing. Did you live, buddy? I suppose you did, but I mean, it's up to interpretation.
Sigma! Finally awake, huh?
Where am I? I rubbed my eyes and slid my legs off the bed to stand up. Well, to be honest, it was an examination table and not a bed. Which meant the infirmary, huh?
I guess they carried you out here after you passed out.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. You guess?
Well, I wasn't there to see it. I was out just like you, but I was in the AB room.
Why?
That bastard Kay. He punched me in the stomach. I can't believe him. He didn't want me voting, so...
He knocked you out? What the fuck? Whoa. And after he knocked you out, he voted betray, which brought his BP up to 9.
Yes.
So, where is he now?
On the other side of the number 9 door. With Dio. You told him to go, remember?
Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah.
Is your arm okay?
Arm?
I heard what happened. Cybernetic arms, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. I was starting to get a feeling something was up with you.
What do you mean? I looked down at my left hand. Or rather, I looked down at where my left hand should have been. Instead, there was a stub, wrapped up in white gauze. I have told myself I'd do anything to get the cure, even if it meant letting Dio betray me, but I had a feeling I might come to miss my hand. Oh yeah. How's Quark?
I'm right here.
Oh, thank God you're awake, buddy. Quark, man, I'm glad you're alright. Feeling better?
Yep.
Good.
Thanks to you. You got the medicine from that jerk Dio, right? Luna gave it to me, and now I'm better.
Good, I'm glad. Glad you're all back to normal, buddy.
Thanks. You're the best, Mr. Sigma.
No thanks, I'm not that great, but thanks.
You saved my life.
I feel like that, you know what, it's all worth it. If I got that thank you from Quark, that's great. It seemed they shared stories while I was asleep. Everyone knew how I'd made a deal with Dio and about the journal we'd found with Latin in it. Clover and Phi seemed to have done most of the talking.
It was completely the opposite of what we guessed. We're not infected. The rest of the world is.
So Dio betraying us went into a world that's completely infected, and Kay as well.
That means this place isn't a quarantine facility. It's more like a shelter.
But see, then that makes sense, or in connection to the other scientists calling out to us, because he was calling out to us with the pretense that we were already okay. It made more sense, I guess, after the fact, but like now that he's screaming like, oh, we're not answering him, he's like, what's going on? It now makes sense.
Well, we don't know anything for sure yet.
That's true. That is very freaking true.
I thought the same thing you did, but then Sigma pointed out a couple of discrepancies.
What the hell did I point out? Yeah. Phi and I already gone over it, but I explained what I noticed. 1. If we were in the shelter for uninfected people, why had Quark been infected? Well, he was probably an infected individual brought here for us to figure out a cure with somebody we could grow to care about. You know, it increase our expedition or our speed to figure it out. Any place designed to keep a virus like that out would have had a lot of safeguards to keep anything from getting in. Had the vice really bypassed all those measures? It didn't seem likely. 2. The timing of our abductions and the pandemic's outbreak was strange. It would make sense if we'd been rescued after the disease had become widespread, but that wasn't what happened. First, we'd been abducted. Then, the pandemic had broken out. 3. We didn't know why Zero had put us in the nonary game. If we were survivors he wanted to protect, then why try and kill us? If we were in a shelter, why wasn't it safe?
Well, what about this? Maybe someone anticipated the pandemic.
Yeah, and that person would be Connie.
I don't know who. Probably Zero. Anyway, they grabbed us before the pandemic really started. Then they put us in the shelter. But then, after a while, he got bored, so he decided to have us play this game to kill time.
This is definitely not a game to kill time, Clover. Definitely not. Who on Earth would make people he rescued play a game where they could just die just because he was bored? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, we don't actually know if there is poison in this bracelet.
You're right, but... Oh, yes we do. Oh, I do. What?
You're the only one who's gotten injected so far.
Yeah, I got the Soparil, but I didn't know what would happen. I think I've died from it.
And when you did, it was only Soparil.
What are you saying? That what I did at the number 9 door was all pointless?
No, that's not what I mean.
That can't be it. I'm sure there's tubocurarine in the bracelets.
Yes, there has to be.
The Adam's analysis confirmed it.
Yeah.
But what if the Atom is lying?
Why would I guess maybe you could program it to say that so we had the fear, but then what, you think we'd mentally kill ourselves if we got hit with the Soparil and then the other thing?
If you're going to do
the
that,
tubocurarine?
then we don't have anything to base any speculations on.
Yeah, I feel like that's, I don't know. It's very questionable.
You could say that the newspaper article was fake, Or that the Latin journal wasn't real.
Or the journal was real, but my translation was a lie.
Yeah, there's so many places you could paint out then by that logic. You made it up?
No, my translation was accurate. I'm just making the point that once you start talking about this stuff being fabricated, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, because then literally everything's fabricated at a point.
I don't think Zero is doing this just to take the piss out of a lime.
No.
What?
I was just trying to stress that I don't think Zero would do this to pass the time.
Yeah, there's no reason for this to be like a joke. It seems too serious, and Zero only does things seriously. How do you make that mistake?
However, I do think Clover has half a point.
Meaning?
That someone did anticipate this pandemic. That part seems reasonable.
Well, if the virus was spread on purpose, then I could see how that might make sense.
Yeah. It's not like Noah put all the animals on his ark after the flood happened.
No, he anticipated it because God told him and saved as many animals as he could.
He went around before the rain started falling to gather them all up, right?
Are you saying that we were rescued because we're all that's left of humanity?
We're what can fix the current state of humanity, fine. So different circumstances.
We were brought here because someone knew there would be a pandemic that would turn us into an endangered species? Does that mean we're supposed to repopulate the planet?
I don't think that's gonna work, especially I just don't think that's gonna work out the way you're imagining, Luna. Repopulate? I looked around and did a quick inventory. Are you scoping out the girls? 4 women, an old man, and a kid. That meant I was the only young, fertile male. Oh god, repopulation, huh? That didn't sound so bad. If that was the case, maybe there wasn't any reason to escape. If the newspaper and journal were right, then the outside world was crawling with a deadly virus. Why would we expose ourselves to that? This would be the safest, happiest place on Earth. Say that to everybody in Fallout. It usually is not.
The game's over. There's no point to any of this now.
Yeah, but now we can just go around and check stuff out.
No, that's not true. The game might be over, but we've still got a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, we might as well start looking around.
In fact, we've got even more questions.
So, are those answers going to open the number 9 door again? It's all over. Why we're stuck here doesn't mean shit.
I mean, it's still up in the air, and we could stumble upon something that ends up helping.
The 8 of us aren't leaving, ever. That's all that matters.
8?
You're including the old woman?
Yeah.
Aww.
Hey, you know what? What if the old lady is Zero Senior?
It probably is, Quark. It probably is. Yeah, you're right. We never even considered that.
But that would mean the person in charge of all this was murdered by somebody. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, she didn't expect it. It's very possible. Well, no, wait, we saw Zero Senior. He was an old man. So no, we didn't see him, I guess.
Maybe she wasn't murdered.
Huh?
Are you saying she was infected with Radical 6?
Or are you saying that she's out cold?
And killed herself?
But we didn't find a knife or any kind of weapon in the room with her.
Maybe she was killed somewhere else.
Or maybe she's not dead at all. We don't fucking know.
And then someone carried her in there.
That seems very unlikely. What? That's ridiculous.
Well, maybe we should go take a look at her one more time.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Maybe we missed something.
Sure, okay. Oh, nope, she's good as dead. We looked down at the body of the old woman. Fire was the first to move. Quietly and methodically, she began to examine the woman and her clothes. I just stood there. Even if she was dead, no, especially because she was dead, I just didn't feel right touching her. After a few silent minutes, Fi suddenly stopped. She pulled something from one of the old woman's sleeves and held it out toward me. A card? Kurashiki. Yeah, that's Connie Kurashiki. Or Akane Kurashiki. Sorry, correct wording.
Looks like an ID card for this place.
Yeah, maybe that can get us into some rooms, actually.
Since it's got her picture on it, I'd say it's a safe bet the card is hers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Huh? Looks like her name is Kurashiki. Kurashiki. Ever heard of it before?
Nope. You?
No. Anything on the back? Password. Jumpy doll? Is that a password I need? 1 second. I gotta fucking... Cool. Wrote that down. Jumpy doll, huh? There's something written here. It says Jumpy doll.
Well, actually it says pass equals Jumpy doll. So I'm guessing Jumpy doll is a password of some sort.
I guess because Junpei? Because she loves Junpei? I don't know. This is so weird. Like, they love each other, but, like, they're always apart. It's such an odd circumstance. What the hell does that mean?
That's me.
Looks handwritten. She must have put it in here herself, so she wouldn't forget it.
Yeah.
We were still looking at the card when I heard the commotion from the other part of the room.
Alice, what's wrong?
Oh, don't tell me she got infected.
Alice!
Oh no!
What are you planning to do with that?
Fi and I turned around and gasped.
Damn it!
We ran to the other end of the room and skidded around the partition. Yep. And this is when it gets sticky. And there stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. She didn't seem stable. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. The look on her face was all too familiar. Quark. She looked just like Quark had before he went insane. But that meant...
Goodbye.
Wait, what? Her hands moving, lifting the scalpel up high in the air, and then driving it toward her heart. Oh, God. Yeah, and she killed herself. Okay, that was an ending. But then again, at the same time, there's nothing we could really do. We're kind of stuck there, no matter what. And considering that we were all going to get infected, it was just a countdown until we all killed ourselves. So that's even sadder for Quark's End. So we have unlocked Quark's End. So that means there's only, 3 other endings left? There's Phi's, there's K's, and then there's, I guess, the true ending? No, Luna. We're missing Luna's ending. Okay, cool. So we've gotten that ending. And I'm trying to think what's the best course of action. Let's try for another one. How can Phi and K be saved? Let's see how we can do this. Because I'm actually kind of trying to see what... Because there's not many episodes left, and I figure I can push for this at least and see where it takes us. But this is the countdown before the doors close. If this enters into a puzzle, then I'll just end... Actually, it probably is going to enter a puzzle, so I might end this episode after that starts. So, shit. They're not here.
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said.
No, they're not going. With Quark's bracelet?
Or...
What? Oh, come on, man. You better not give me that maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of it from Dio. You've got to be kidding me. This isn't funny, Phi. If you're right, then you, Kay, Quark, and I are the only people still alive in here.
Hey, lay off. I want to believe they're alive, too.
Great. I'm glad, but that doesn't help us when you give us negative opinions.
But...
We heard a noise and turned. Oh, there's Kay.
I apologize for keeping you.
Did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well, technically, yes, but...
It's broken, so they're fucked.
Huh?
Best you just see it. This is what I found in Dio's pod.
I don't know what we can do to get them through now, though. What the hell?
I assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
But why? There's no point.
I can't say for sure. but if I were to guess,
So all the doors are gonna open right now. Is there any way they can all live? I don't think it's possible.
5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
with a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
I mean, maybe it doesn't care if the bracelet's on or off. Maybe it just works regardless.
That means Kay and I will...
Oh no. Shit. You're gonna...
When the time comes, those 3 doors will automatically close. If anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
But does penalize mean getting killed?
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay.
But why?
That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
How can you be so calm? In 5 minutes, you're gonna be...
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right?
Sure, but that doesn't mean anything.
You should be able to get through the secondary door with those. So just...
Fuck that. You know I can't just ditch you guys like that.
But if you stay here, you'll...
You think I don't know that? But what kind of monster am I if I just leave you here to die? Ugh. God damn it. This was bad. What was I going to do? I needed to calm down. Just calm down. Calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them. There had... What could we do?
The first is an anesthetic called Soparil Beta. The other is a muscle relaxant called tubocurarine.
Okay.
Your bracelet also has a bunch of needles on the inside. If you break the rules, those needles hop out and inject you.
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor.
Okay, so neohistamine, or neostigmine. So basically we're going to use this to get them through a door and then inject them to keep them alive without them suffering the effects of the tubocurine.
That means it's sort of an antidote for tubocurine.
But do we have access to the machine that can clone medicine down here?
I knew it!
Give it back. I found it, so it's mine.
But how are you going to inject Kay? Of course, the antidote.
The antidote?
I didn't have time to explain. I took off running towards the exit. I mean, are we fast enough? Do we have enough time to do that?
Where are you going?
Stay here. I'll be right back. I bolted out of the warehouse toward the treatment room. I mean, you could get the thing, but I don't know if that's going to necessarily, help, I guess is the word. I don't know. I don't think we have enough time to take it and then copy the medicine and then give it to both. So I feel like Kay's going to die? I'm not sure. Very, up in the air about this one. There he is. I think Dio put it in his pocket. Come on, come on. Please still have it. Sweat was pouring down my face, but I didn't bother to wipe it. There wasn't time. I dug frantically through Dio's coat until... Aha! Found it. Oh. There's only one dose. The injection gun uses the whole bottle at once. Shit. I can't save them both.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
That's kind of terrifying. Okay. So you can only save one of them. 1 minute? Shit. I spun around and shot out of the treatment center. I don't know if you're going to make it back in time, buddy.
3, 2, 1. Chromatic doors.
What, you just jumped
close.
into your... Did you just jump into your door? Ugh, no, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh dear.
Sigma.
There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. And there's that dizzy effect again. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and they gave out entirely as I crumbled to the floor. No, I couldn't fall asleep. I had to give one of them the antidote before my bracelet injected me with tubocurine. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I forced my eyes back open. Kay and Phi laid limp on the floor in front of me. In my right hand, I could feel the injector gun with its precious cargo. I could only pull the trigger once. Who was I going to choose? Phi or Kay? No, what was I thinking? There was only one answer. Phi. I didn't even have to have a choice. After all, Kay's entire body was covered in an impenetrable metal. I'm sorry, Kay. I summoned as much energy as I could and dragged myself towards Phi. After what felt like eternity, I was finally within arm's reach. With no time to waste, I pressed the gun to her arm and pulled the trigger.
Sigma, what the hell did you...
I injected you with neostigmine. It's a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. It's an antidote for the muscle relaxant.
Why did you pick me?
'Cause I can't use the injection gun on Kay. It'd never get through the metal.
Then why didn't you inject yourself?
Guess you've got a point. Honestly, it didn't even cross my mind.
You're the biggest idiot on the planet.
Hey, come on. Is that any kind of thing to say to somebody who's about to die? I'm on something more tender.
No. Screw this. I don't want to live if it means being in debt to you.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
No goddamn way. I'm not gonna...
I guess she just passed out again, but her words slurred and slowed and her eyes fluttered closed. She wasn't dead, of course. I could hear the faint sound of her breathing and see her chest rise and fall. Good. Phi's gonna be alright. But Kay... I looked over in his direction. That was when I noticed it. Open. There's a hole here on the back of your head. Yeah, it looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe you put some key in there?
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
Wait, then he... But when could he have... It's empty.
Yes.
Was there something in there before?
No. It was empty when I found it.
So you took the key? But when did he... Or but what if he lied? Could Kay have taken the key? How had he gotten it and didn't really matter anymore? What did matter was that Kay had been able to remove his armor. And he had. Oh, did he kill Dio? Holy shit. Then that would mean Dio's killer is... I coaxed with as much strength as I could from my increasingly lethargic body and crawled toward Kay. Kay, wake up! Come on, talk to me! I grabbed his shoulder and shook him until he finally shifted and spoke.
Sigma.
I just need to know one thing. Did you kill Dio? You weren't sleeping, were you? After I left, you took off your armor. You didn't want to go the same way I had, so you took the other door. After you went the long way around through the warehouse and the crew quarters, you headed for the elevator. It's such an exaggerated way to go around the whole facility, but then why put on the suit? You could have just walked away scot-free, man. Unless it's still on your wrist inside the armor, which would be insane. I bumped into Fine and went back to the lounge to check on you. We saw you. Or, we saw your armor, I guess. But you would have been out of it. While we were in the lounge, you went to the treatment center and killed Dio. You must have turned off the oxygen in his pod, although you probably didn't stick around to make sure he died. I'm betting you were in a hurry to get back before Fi and I noticed something was up. Once you got back to floor A, you needed us out of the lounge, so you made a noise in the hall to lower sound. Then you ran around and took the long way back to the lounge so you could enter through the rear door. So you made a noise and then you ran around. I guess, yeah, you go all the way around and come in. It is super elaborate for someone just to hide that they were out of their suit. Once you were there, you put on your suit again and waited for us. As soon as we found Dio's body, we did exactly what you'd expected. Okay, wake up. Something happened. You pretended to wake up, very disoriented and confused. What is it? Come on, Kay. I'm almost out of time. Did you kill Dio?
Yes, your reasoning is correct.
So you went through all that effort? But why?
I killed him.
Why?
Because I couldn't forgive him. He took the life of someone very important to me.
Who did he kill?
I couldn't...
Who did he kill?
The old woman.
Is she the old woman that took care of you when you were a little kid, like that story you were telling me?
She was like mother to me.
Oh, so she was the one that took care of you.
She showed me how to see meaning in my life.
Wait, are you saying...
Yes, I am. She was the woman who came here when I was 18.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean, here?
Sigma, unfortunately, we are out of time.
Well, that's great. Glad to know, buddy.
There's something I have to tell you.
And that is...
I made a promise that you would hear it. Do you understand?
Wait, what? Why is it with you and Luna and these weird promises?
This is very important.
Alright, you got me.
You must pay attention.
I guess this is another password or something.
Cannot forget.
Okay, I'm ready. Forget? He wasn't making sense. I was about to die. How on earth would I be remembering anything for more than a few seconds?
If you see a lion with two heads devouring the sun, remember these letters.
Okay.
M-I-L.
Okay.
K-E-V-O-L-I.
Okay.
This will open the second.
So that's the password. The username was the first one. What the hell? Hey, Kay? Who told you to tell me this? No, who are you? Show me who you are. Show me who you really are. I grabbed a hold of Kay's mask and tore it off. And it was you! Oh shit! What? I was just fucking with you guys. I didn't realize what it was gonna be. I was just like, dun dun dun! And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. What? No, that's impossible. That face. It's my face. And then I died. And I felt a sharp pain in my left wrist, and my whole body collapsed unceremoniously. The second drug, turbocurine. And then my vision began to blur, and my head felt unnaturally heavy. Okay. The world faded away, and my consciousness slipped down into the cold, dark waters of nothingness. Okay, that was a dark ending to get there. I believe that was another ending, too. Cool! So we're tying this up nicely today, guys. I'm very excited about it, and that's Kay's ending. Also, this is where I'll be ending this episode for today, so I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please comment down below if you're excited to see where this will end. And now that we know a lot more about it, what are your guys' theories about what's really going on? What Zero is really trying to plan here? Why Connie was here all along? If Kay knew Connie, then what is Kay really? I don't know. See, these new questions coming in. So if you guys know or you have theories, just let me know down below. And anyway, this is, I guess I'll see you guys in whatever I make next. And this is Tofuru signing out.